What's up, yo?
What it do?
How y'all doing?
How y'all doing?
Let's
that
get
Red
into it.
Bull is strong.
It is strong. Ripple.
Not sponsored.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, shoot.
Okay.
Must be that Red Bull.
That's definitely not that. What up, peeps?
How y'all doing?
Welcome to the Let's Make Out podcast, where we make out all things what?
Love, life, and laughter.
Is that you trying to do what I'm
Yes.
doing?
Love, life, and laughter.
I'm done with you.
Oh, we love the love, life, and laughter.
Oh, my temperature has been reached. 145 degrees is how hot I like my coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Hot.
It's bloody hot.
Hot. That's like the hottest this mug goes. Is 145.
It's so unbelievably hot. I don't understand how you do it.
What's going on, guys? Sorry, we're
What are you doing, people?
you definitely not finna do this whole.
What are you doing, good people? What are you doing?
But who is this supposed to be? London? Because I don't think
it's like an accent. It's a British accent. Some sort of like accent. What are you doing? Are you drinking tea right now?
I'm in white tea.
We'll have some coffee.
I'm coffee. Black mate.
I had coffee and a Cliff Bar, and I have a Red Bull.
Don't judge us, okay? If
we love accents. We wish we really had accents.
I would love.
That's what I'm saying. It's not like we ain't hating.
I would love.
We're trying to achieve the status of an accent.
Even though Babe tells me I'm country, I have a southern accent.
She does.
It's just only on certain things.
It's fine.
Like it's not all the time.
Hey, babe, bring me my iPad.
I definitely don't sound like
my iPad.
My iPad. My tripod.
My tripod.
Where did we get tripod from? We just say random things. Do you do that with like your family or friends or your spouse?
You've been married for almost 10 years.
Say random things. Like, what's another thing that we say that's random? There's so many. I feel like
super random.
It just doesn't make any sense. Oh, booty, butt.
Booty, butt, cheeks. Oh, yeah. I say booty.
I say butt.
And I say cheeks.
I don't know where that came from.
Like booty.
Butt.
Cheeks.
It's just one of those things.
It's what we do.
Yeah.
We wonder why our kids say booty and butt cheeks.
They have this fascination with booty and butt. You know what?
Where did they get that from? Oh.
Why did we I just realized
That's
that.
so funny.
Have they heard us say that? I feel like they didn't hear us say that. They got that from somewhere else.
I feel like they got that from the tube. We're going to blame the tube
I'm not claiming that.
We're blaming the tube you.
I'm not claiming one. If this is your first time here, I don't think we even introduced ourselves.
Oh.
I'm so sorry. I'm Gabrielle, also known as Gabe.
And also she's the butt of the booty and butt cheeks. And I'm Chad, a.k.a. also known as Babe.
Also known as Booty Cheeks.
Booty Yeah.
Yeah, we're silly. Really silly.
But we had a good time. We had a good call today. We had a great call. We're feeling energized. We're feeling just
great, feeling good. How are you?
Just feeling so
all
good.
The things. Hopefully you're well when you're listening to this or watching it. If you didn't know you could watch, come on over to YouTube and type in "Let's Make Out Podcast." We'll pop up.
It's also linked down in the show notes.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we're just feeling good. We're feeling blessed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, great call. We've said that on the podcast before. We're in the process of writing a book proposal. Mm-hmm. So it was just a great call about the book proposal, and we just feel like we're getting started. We're getting our ideas, and they're actually formulating into something that's seems real, and it's so exciting.
It is exciting
because we really truly hope that whatever we're able to do blesses people. Yeah, and so. It's exciting.
It is exciting.
It's exciting.
To finally be doing it, because, we've talked about this forever.
Yeah, we talked about it, but the reason we want to give you these updates as we're going through the process is because it's happening. So one day we're going to be like, peeps.
Right. We've got a post deal.
We've got a deal. And one day we're going to say, peeps. Book comes out this day.
Right.
Like, so we're letting you know that this happening.
We're taking you along on the journey, okay?
We are taking you along the journey. We hope that you are excited as well. But
super excited.
So how you been, sweetheart?
I've been good. I think you should cue the music, though.
Oh, see, you do that on purpose. Normally you'd be sitting there just talking. You used to be sitting there talking and be like, oh, you should cue the
every now and then I got to switch it up.
Whatever.
Got to keep you guessing.
What? See, this is what I don't like about
He's really not ready.
Because this thing.
Who knew? He's been so ready these past few episodes.
I'm ready, child. It just ain't not for the song.
You know what?
You know what?
Nobody asked you that.
No, but go ahead and tell me while I'm trying to find it, how you been.
I've been good. Little bum, you got me that time.
You got me, so I had to get you back.
You definitely got me. Anyway, let's see. How have I been? I've been good. I have also been not good.
I thought you were done. I'm like, geez, wow.
No, I thought shortest update ever.
I've
been good. Thanks.
Yeah.
So I had my first physical experience with anxiety, I guess you could say.
Like really solid experience.
Like solid experience. So I have been really like stressed and anxious about our COVID test because we're traveling for our 10-year anniversary next week and we have to have a test before we can go. Mm-hmm. And because of what happened with the last one before we went to Jamaica, if you haven't watched that episode or you have no idea what I'm talking about, check out the episode. Episode number.
So you wasn't ready.
I wasn't ready.
But yeah, because of that, she'll tell you the episode. Because of that, though.
Episode 103.
103.
So because of that, I have just felt very anxious about
not because she felt like she had COVID,
but I feel like I was almost like talking myself into having it. You know what I'm saying? And I rebuke that. I'm not trying to talk myself
people can do
into it, but I was literally like I just felt tight in my chest, and like there was this like just knot in my, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I really feel like something is wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like my throat doesn't hurt. I don't have a temperature. I've not been coughing. Like literally no symptoms. Obviously, we all know you can be asymptomatic. And that's another thing. It's like this Delta variant.
So obviously, yeah.
You know, people are just popping up left and right, vaccinated, unvaccinated.
And people don't know unless they're testing, right? You just
don't know unless you're tested, especially if you don't have any symptoms. So I have just been really having to like pray and release these feelings of anxiety and meditate and calm my mind. And it's like where's this fear? Like, why do I have this? And we've been fear? I don't want this fear. You know what I'm saying?
We've been wearing our masks back in public and stuff like because we want to be safe, right?
Yeah. Well, just because at this point I feel like we should all be doing that. Exactly. But yeah, so I've had this fear, and the fear turned into like anxiety, like physical anxiety. And I was just like, I've not ever felt like this before. And I was like, babe, I really feel like I need to take a test. And he was like, you don't have COVID, but that's anxiety. And I'm like, I just don't know that it is. It's like this burning in my chest. Like it was just, long story short, we bought the little take home test and we took them yesterday. We're fine. And it's amazing how much better I feel today. Like I don't have that. But for like 2 days, I had it. Like, and I waited until the second day to say something to him because I was just like, what is this feeling?
But I kept asking her though how she was doing.
He could see it. Like he could see something was wrong with me. And I'm like, I don't want to live in fear. Like I don't want to be so fearful that I'm inducing stress on my body and anxiety.
Because that's what you can do.
I've never experienced it like that. So it was just eye-opening to me. Like people really suffer with anxiety every day, constantly, and panic attacks. And I've never experienced that. So I just had like a little taste, you know. But it's just really interesting because I was like, wow. So
she understands.
It's very crippling.
It helped her to understand what I used to deal with, you know, because anxiety, if you've been a peep or you've been watching our vlogs, if you didn't know we vlog, we actually vlog 3 times a week on Gabe TV. You can look down below in the description box or in the show notes and go check it out. Subscribe while you're there. And so people that have been watching us for a while know that we addressed my anxiety and you know, and about, you know, how I was dealing with it, and they've been able to see my progression through that. But yeah, anxiety is a lot of people, and I think the scary part about anxiety is a lot of people don't even realize they're dealing with it. Right? they're used to having that feeling on their chest. They're used to having that sensation. It's normal. It's a normal occurrence. They have it every day. So I would just challenge you to look inside. If you're dealing with stress on a regular basis, that it's not getting better, then there's probably some anxiety that you're dealing with.
Yeah.
You know, and I would just challenge you to, you know, kind of like sit back and look inside and see if you are, because it's just not healthy. You're not living at your best yourself right now. And we want you to do that. So her, you know, understanding what that was eye-opening for her, like she said, but then also a lesson in how, you know, how much you can work yourself up into a...
Yes, that's it. How your mind is so powerful.
Your mind is so powerful. You can, if you think you're sick, your mind can talk your body into feeling sick.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So, you know, it's very powerful. Yeah. But yeah, so we took the test. You know, I was like, okay, fine, I will get some tests. When we got the test, we took them negative because we ain't got COVID.
So we have 2 scheduled for Friday.
The ones that we need for our trip.
Yeah, we have. Look, here's the thing: we have 2 because this whole like trying to figure out 96 hours is 72 hours. Is it 96 hours? Is it like
so we got one for both,
right? Just in case, because we don't want no problems. Okay. No problem.
We don't want no problems.
So yeah,
one more label.
I feel like as soon as I get these results, I'll be able to really like relax and be ready to take this trip. I'm halfway packed, y'all. Like I got my clothes together over here on the side. I am proud of me. Okay.
One more COVID try to stop me.
So yeah, we'll see.
There's gonna be some vaccinations in the lobby. Yup. Sorry, go ahead.
What? Back sensations in the lobby?
Vaccinations.
Oh, I thought you said back sensations. I was like, what does that even mean?
Get your mind out the gutter, shawty. Them back sensations. She all up in the gutter right now.
Did y'all hear vaccinations or did y'all hear
I heard you heard back sensations. Okay, you know what's happening when we get off this here podcast.
Not that, okay?
There's some back sensations.
Anyway, that's what's been going on with me.
You're the best.
What's been going on with you, babe?
Oh my goodness. I'm thinking about these back sensations now, Shy.
I could not deal with you.
Oh man. Girl, you got me flustered right now.
I cannot.
Lord, be some focus for me for a second. But yeah, no, I've been doing good. Training for the Ironman. Any of you that don't know, I'm training for an Ironman, a full Ironman on November 6th. So that's been going well. my training is ramping up. So as far as the distances, I mean, I'm training the same amount of times, but now they're just longer.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're doing. So this weekend I did a 4-hour ride, which was 65 miles, almost 64.7 miles, and then a 2-hour run on Sunday. So just that right there, 6 hours of training just in 2 days. But but my body feels good. Got a couple of like little things that are kind of like bothering my quad a little bit. Just so I'm trying to just make sure I'm recovering, make sure I'm putting some ice and putting some heat, and just trying to make sure I don't get injured, because I'm just a lot of wear and tear on your body.
Yeah.
So but it's been going well. I'm very excited. I just for me now it's like this mental battle of keeping myself motivated, because it is you get tired, and then also not talking myself into an injury. Because when things hurt, sometimes you be like, oh, it's
what's happening now.
So just trying to listen to my body, not trying to, if it does hurt a little bit, try to just slow down. But doing good. That's really been the main thing for me. Is really just training.
Trying.
Like that's such a big goal of mine.
Yeah.
But getting closer.
Closer.
This is the last. We got a little bit of work today after work, and then we've got this podcast here. It'll be the last.
We got a little bit of work today after work.
Oh yeah, I mean after the kids get out of school.
Yeah.
Some little content to capture this podcast, really, and that's the last bit of work that we have
till the rest of the month. Yeah.
Until after our vacation. So that's exciting.
That is exciting.
So we can kind of just, take the rest of this week, spend time with the kiddos and just, try to just relax as much as possible with them and get packed. But overall, doing really well.
Yeah. Good for you. Good for you.
You're so cute. You're so cute.
You're so cute. You're so cute.
I just love you.
Anyway. Oh, shout out to everybody who answered our questions. We had a million questions on last week's episode.
We told y'all it'd be a test.
Shout out to all of y'all for leaving all of your information and keeping the conversation going. And there are a lot of people I noticed that are minimalist, but their digital space is not necessarily as minimal. So that was very interesting to learn. Yeah. So shout out to you guys for that. Let's see. Let's get into some questions. Because y'all know we ain't got no topic.
Yeah, I'm gonna get into this first sponsor real quick.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's do that.
If I can get it to open up. It's acting wild right now, y'all.
Let's do that.
All right. So, we have told you a few times about Uncommon Goods. If we haven't, or you haven't heard it,
now you will.
Now you know. So Uncommon Goods is a really, really cool, so it's a site. You go to the website, uncommongoods.com, and literally you can all the things, the coolest little things, like how to make wine, like how to make wine boxes, how to make like rum, like literally there's so many things like that you can find. So you can go on there and just search for something like, I think I searched like wine making kit.
Yeah.
And like just bam, how to make beer. Like, there's a lot more than alcohol and there's a lot of cool stuff.
I know, right? I actually bought him some flavored coffee for Valentine's Day.
Yes.
Through there. Yeah, like, so they have so
many. I literally
things that are like outside of the box.
And you don't want to be on there for too long because you start buying everything. Because the stuff is so cool.
Yeah.
But great website. I definitely want you to check them out. But yeah, like I said, online shop, unique, totally unexpected gifts. Like she got me the coffee. I think I bought a rum making kit. And we have a wine making kit, I think, from there as well. So we got a the wine one is a which wine did I get?
Oh, I don't remember. We haven't used it yet.
I don't remember. Yeah, there's a wine that
I was just looking at that the other day when I was in the pantry.
So we definitely want to try that out.
Yeah, it's just great like gifts. If you have any gifts coming up for any reason, like you can find so many things on there.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I think definitely like Gabriel said, tons of cool stuff. But they also have this thing that they're introducing called Uncommon Experiences. So you can choose from live online classes in mixology, cooking, flower arranging, and embroidery.
How cool is that?
I know, right? From handpicked artists and experts. So,
that's cool.
I had no clue about that. That's actually really cool. So, basically, Uncommon Goods, they look for products that are high quality, unique, and often handmade or made in the U.S. They don't sell products made with leather, feathers, or fur. So, yeah, just
good to know.
Yeah, really good to know. And so, with every purchase you make at Uncommon Goods, they give back $1 to a nonprofit partner of your choice. They've donated more than $2 million to date. So that's pretty cool. You get to get something really cool, but they're also support a company that's giving back. So we want you to check out Uncommon Goods in case you haven't really figured that out yet. We want you to try them out.
Yes, try them out.
Exactly. And you can get 15% off your next gift. Go to uncommongoods.com/LMO. That's uncommongoods.com/LMO for 15% off. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Uncommon Goods, we're all out of the ordinary. That's the truth. I like
that.
I do.
That's good. That's like perfect for them. Because
it is. Because
it's stuff that you wouldn't even think of.
You're not going to go in the store and be like, oh, hey.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Like, definitely check it out. Cool site. But yeah, so let's do some questions.
Let's do some questions.
Okay. Questions.
Let's do boom like an 808. The 808 book. Circles like a figure eight. Ugh, even though they're not numbered. I hate that.
I hate that.
Give me a page number between 1 and 218.
Let's go with 216.
216, okay.
Feeling it. Stop.
If you could write a note to your younger self offering advice, what would it be?
That's
a good one.
It's a good one. I mean, there's a lot of things I'd say. I mean, I think one of the
younger self. I guess you have to think like what age.
For me, if I had to pick, if I could pick an age of which younger self I'd write a letter to, it would be for like me at like 12, 13, somewhere in that 12 to 14, like that, entering the teenage years when you start to go into school and sports are big, and you know, as far as like playing sports and stuff like that. I would just write a letter to myself saying that like you are good enough, like you're brave enough, you can, if you work hard, you can do it. You can do anything is possible. It doesn't matter if the people around you believe in you or not, that you can do it if you believe. And so like it would just be work
hard daily.
Yeah, just be a message of just put in the work, and the sky's the limit, and you know, believe. You know, you don't need others to believe in you to believe in you.
Oh, that's powerful.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like I don't need. Now I'm thankful that I have Gabriel.
Right.
You know, and other people that love me, that believe in me, but I shouldn't rely on their belief to believe in myself. So that would be my message.
That's like the icing on the cake.
Yeah, that just makes it better.
Yeah.
That reaffirms my belief that I've got, that other people believe it as well.
Oh, I like that. I was gonna say, it's so funny when you said that. I meant to tell you yesterday. So yesterday we went to meet the teacher at Chad Jr. school because Chad Jr. started 3rd grade. That's what happened this week.
Wow.
He started 3rd grade.
It was this week.
Oh my goodness.
It was last week.
Well, it was last week. On last Wednesday he started.
Last Wednesday.
On today. That is the biggest pet peeve of mine when people say on today.
It'd be cracking me.
Like I just don't understand it. So yeah, he started 3rd grade and he loves it. FYI, he loves it. He loves his teacher. One of his best friends is in his class. Like somebody he had class with his kindergarten year. Was it kindergarten? I think so.
First grade.
Or first grade. So they're back in the same class. So he's excited about that. But we went to meet the teacher yesterday, and she had like a pad or like a little sheet for us to write a note to our kid for, you know, she was going to put it in their locker. And I meant to tell you that I loved your note because he basically just affirmed him. Like he spoke affirmations over him. And I was like, I love that because, you know, I'm writing the note and I'm like, make sure you listen and be kind and do this and do that, which is important. But I love that Babe came in with affirmations like you are smart, you are brave, you are kind. Like it was awesome. I meant to tell you that last night and I forgot.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. No, I just
because it just makes a difference when you affirm your kids. Like
it means a lot to them. Like even if it seems like a simple thing for you, think about like for me, if I would have had someone affirming me when I was a kid, you know, like
how different could things have been for you.
I'm thankful to where I am now, but maybe I wouldn't have had to take a road, you know, so difficult at times, you know what I'm saying? Like or I would have maybe been able to you know, take the easier route a few times because I didn't choose the harder route because I didn't think I could. Yeah. You know, like, you know, I think that, you know, so I just want him to know and Reagan to know and Gabrielle to know that, like, that anything is possible, you know, like, I mean, I think everybody has a story where they can show you why anything is possible. Right. You know what I mean? Like everybody, if you really dig deep, you know, you've got some story that can inspire others to think that, like, man, anything is possible. I can do that. Or I can do whatever I dream about. So that's when I was writing it, I didn't have no clue what I was going to write. And I just
it was perfect.
Well, thank you. That means
it after it's like,
so hopefully, you know, hopefully it helps him.
Yeah. That's so
my
funny.
Little man.
I like that question. If I were to write a letter to my younger self,
that was my question. No, I was playing. Go ahead.
But I liked it.
No,
I
would
probably target like 18, 19. Probably like 18 going off to college.
Use Target though.
What?
Yeah, I use Target though. Still thinking about Target.
You know what? I haven't been in that store in so long. I'm proud of me. I needed a break, okay? Because it was taking all my money. I think that I would say, I was trying to figure that out. I feel like if I could have written to myself, it definitely would have been before I went to college. And I would have said something like, something about the experiences. I'm trying to figure out how I would say this, but stay true to who you are. Like, remember what you were taught. Like, remember that. Like, don't stray from the foundation. Don't stray from everything you were taught. Like, experiences are great, but they don't have to come at the expense of who you are and the knowledge that you have in you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that a lot of children go through this, and I say children, you're 18, but you're really a child. When you go to college, it's like this taste of freedom that you've never had, and it can go one way or the other. You can wow completely out or not. And I think I wowed completely out. I came from a very strict household, so I was like, ooh, I can do whatever I want. And I definitely did. So I would remind myself that you don't have to stray so far away. Yeah. Like,
I think that's really good.
Yeah, definitely. Which is interesting because it makes you think about, how do you raise children that don't do that? Like, how much freedom do you give? How do you raise them so that when they do get away, they're not
so excited to do whatever. So
excited to have the freedom that they just do any and everything. You know what I'm saying? Because you had them so tightly wound while they were at home that they never had a chance to experience any. Like, I'm not saying they need to experience bad things or do all the things, but you know what I'm saying? Like, when you're constantly told, no, don't do this, don't do that, you can't do that, it just makes it more appealing. So when you get a chance to do it, you're like, well, I'm finna do all the things that I couldn't do.
Well, I think that's the answer right there.
Yeah.
Is that, we have rules in our house, but we're not, it's not a dictatorship, and you
were going to say that.
It's not a totalitarian a civilization up here in the Raider household. It's mommy and daddy's in charge, right? But like, you're
allowed to have an opinion.
Yeah, what do you want to what do you want to do?
Express,
okay, you're feeling this way, like, okay, I mean, I get it, but this is just the answer right now. Maybe we'll do it another, like, so there's compromise there, and I think that that parents, again, we're all just parents trying to do our best, learning, and for us, we had experiences that have shaped us, and so I think that's the answer, is just, I truly believe that if you're so strict with your kids, like super duper strict, and don't let them do anything, then there could be a side of them that might want to do everything because they see their friends doing it. Because best believe, whatever you're not letting them do, they want to do because they've seen someone or their friends are doing. So
that's true.
So at the end of the day, they're going to live in the world without you one day when they're not in your household, right? They'll have choices that they can make, and you hope that you steer them the right way. But if they've always wanted to experience things and they've never been able to experience anything, well, it could go either direction, and that doesn't mean that's your fault as a parent. It just means that, well, that's just how you chose to raise them, and that's your choice. But there's things that
not
kids,
saying that all kids do, because I'm sure there are plenty of kids that they
went the
stay
other
on
way.
that
Absolutely,
path. And they go the other way. But,
absolutely,
I'd be curious to know. Anybody here that grew up in a house like mine that was super duper strict, you couldn't do anything. Like, when you did get your taste of freedom, which way did you swing on the pendulum? Like, which way did you go? Did you do all the things, or did you keep it, conservative?
We'd love to know, because I mean, again, parents, I think we're all just trying to do our best, and but then this comes down to, though, regardless if you have the knowledge or not, you still have free will.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
So interesting, though.
Interesting.
All right.
So, okay, my turn.
Yeah.
116.
116.
What you got? Oh, stop.
I think I'm more here. Can you name 5 personality traits that would turn you off a prospective partner? No.
All right, let's just pick another. Let's go to 115. Stop.
What was the last thing that happened to make you want to scream out loud, even though you kept your cool?
What was the last thing that happened to me that made me?
I know something that did make her scream.
What?
We were at the mall. She was in the mall parking lot. Chad and I rode in our own car, right? Or my car.
In y'all own car.
We got our own car. We got our own money, our own car now. And so she's sitting in her car looking at her phone.
Y'all.
Chad Jr., I said, Chad, let's scare her. So we snuck up. He smacks her window on her side and she screams. And then I smack the window on the other side and she turns around and screams again.
I was pissed.
We got her good.
Oh my gosh, I was pissed. And here they are both laughing, cracking up. And I am like, y'all scared the crap out of me.
Great.
It is the worst to scare somebody in a mall parking lot. Like, you literally just don't know. But it wasn't nighttime, though. It wasn't. No, that would have been horrible. But it just, because I'm unaware. I'm on my phone.
Our doors are locked. Our doors are sitting there locked.
Yeah, I hadn't gotten out of the car yet. I hadn't done anything yet. And it was just...
It was the best. We were proud of ourselves. We were proud of ourselves.
So mad. But it was a good one. I just had to get out and laugh.
She got out and laughed. She's like, you bums.
You guys got me good, definitely. And Chad Jr. is that's his thing. He's always trying to scare us.
So I gave him a good way to be able to do it.
Yeah, and because most of the time it's not very good. But he's always trying to scare us.
Yeah. So I was like, buddy, this is the way. Sneak up. Stay low so she can't see you in the rearview mirror.
It was so good. Yeah. I'm trying to think. I can't think of another where I was gonna scream but kept my cool. No, I don't think. Can't think of anything else. Nope. I'm boring.
You ain't boring, Josh.
Okay, you want another one? Give me another number. Give me another number.
Let's go with 16.
16?
Stop. Jeez, she's like a ninja with that finger.
Name three things about life you're certain about.
True love exists. I would say God is real.
I was thinking that.
And I truly believe this last one, even though it seems difficult to believe sometimes, that that love and kindness can win. Like that it really can win the war against hate, but it sometimes seems very bleak.
Right.
But I truly believe that it can.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Good job. Good job. Good job. I'm going to do page 55.
You already vetted your question.
5 to the 5.
You already vetted your question.
I actually have not. Stop. Why did you go so fast?
That's what you do. Go ahead.
Stop.
Oh, jeez.
You're crazy.
Did you ever lie about what you did for a living, or where you grew up, or where you went to school?
No. I've never had to lie about any of those things. No. What I did for a living, where I grew up, or no. Now I take that back. I have lied. It was a white lie, but I mean, a white lie is really a thing. When we've talked about this on the podcast before, we have this, say we get in the car with like an Uber or a Lyft, and somebody wants to have the conversation and they ask us what we do for a living. Sometimes we just say marketing. So I guess marketing. That's kind of a social lie. Sometimes marketing. We say social media and sometimes just we marketing. Don't. We just say marketing because you just don't always want to have that conversation. Like, you don't know how it's going to go. So I would say, yes, I have not been honest about what I do for a living when I just really don't want to elaborate. I'll just say like marketing.
And we tell everybody we live in Alaska. Tell everybody that.
We don't.
Everybody asks, like, where you from? Alaska?
Alaska is not a place that it's not on my list. Like if I never go to Alaska, I'll be okay.
Ironman just announced Ironman Alaska, and I was like,
Why?
I'm good.
But why?
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you so much.
No offense if you live in Alaska, but you know what? Somebody actually just told me they went there and it was beautiful. I have no doubt that it's beautiful. No, it's just never been on my radar. I'm sure to be like, oh, let's go to Alaska. Has anybody ever been to Alaska? How was that experience?
I'm sure it's beautiful. Yeah. I've heard it's beautiful, but it's just there's places in the world that you're like North and South Dakota. It's never been like I gotta go visit North Dakota or South Dakota. It's not because I don't know anything about the Dakotas.
Yeah. Where is a place in the States that you really want to go to that you haven't been to?
The Grand Canyon. I've never went to the Grand Canyon. I've been to Arizona a ton. I've been to Nevada.
Yeah, me too. I really want to.
Never been to the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, that's definitely a trick.
But we talked about next year or even the year after, whatever. Talking about doing like a road trip, something just to go and explore. Because when you fly somewhere, you're just flying there. You don't see all the things in between. So the driving part, but if we break it up and we do something, try to do something every day.
Yeah, road trip to like the West Coast.
Yeah,
to
and
like
just
Cali.
Pick places along the way that we want to visit, so that way we have a plan.
Yeah.
I think that we can have a really good time.
I think so. I think it would be a lot of fun. I want to go to Santa Fe. I've never been to Santa Fe before.
Okay.
And somebody that I follow, she just did like a whole like month and a half long sabbatical there. Like she just took off of work and just lived in Santa Fe. And I feel like she had the coolest experiences. Like it just seemed like a cool, you know what I'm saying? Very different environment than, like what I would say. It's not like a vacation. Because for me, I need like a pool and a beach. And that's vacation for me. But it was just, not that it wasn't there, but it's just a different... It's just different, you know what I'm saying? Like nothing that I can get here in the Midwest or, so.
No, that would be cool,
Something different.
Yeah, so I think just experiences, but I think, going to different places. I would love to go to every state just to say that I've been. Yeah. And I've been to a lot of states, but I'm sure there's a couple that, there's something cool in every state.
Oh, of course.
Like,
definitely.
There's something very, very cool in every state.
Yeah.
You just don't know it unless you look for it.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
But
where are you guys from? What state are you from? What's like the thing to do in your state? Let's go ahead and put it in the comments and give everybody something to go do and see if they happen to come to your state, your city. What's the one thing they should do? What would you say? What is the one thing somebody should do if they come to Indianapolis? That's a really good question.
If you come to Indianapolis, I think that if you're coming with a family, obviously, check out the zoo. I think the zoo. It's a pretty cool little zoo. It's not
we got a good zoo.
It's not a gigantic zoo, but I think it's pretty nice. I think it's pretty nice. So you'll have a good time. You'll see some animals.
Yeah.
Children's Museum. I think it's the biggest children's museum in North America. So check it out. Definitely have some cool little experiences for kids there. So if you're just coming for like an adult trip, I think the Indy really has a good selection of like lots of like little cool restaurants and bars and coffee shops.
Go to Broad Ripple.
Yeah, Broad Ripple. Yeah,
go walk on the circle, Monument Circle.
Monument Circle. But yeah, just downtown is a pretty cool little area.
People would say like Speedway. Go see the motor speedway.
You can go to the museum at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Landmark that we have here. I wouldn't necessarily say that, but go for it.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's really good when you think about it. I'm like, what do people come to Indianapolis
for? I think that when you live somewhere, you can often be tired of there, so it's normal for you. Like,
but also it's Indianapolis. It's not like go to New York City. What is the touristy things to do? See the Statue of Liberty, go, Empire State Building, that type of stuff. Like, we don't have monuments like that.
Yeah, but even there, sweetie, even we think about it. I'm
sure a New Yorker would probably say, don't go there. Because it's the tourist thing to do.
When you lived in LA.
Oh, gosh. Everybody wants to go to Hollywood Boulevard and see the freaking Walk of Fame. Hollywood Boulevard is a dump. It is really not like the prettiest place
I remember we stayed on.
It's gotten a lot better, I'm sure.
We stayed on across from the W in an Airbnb.
Yeah.
And I went down to she went to a spin class with her friend.
Oh yeah.
And I went to a CrossFit place down and you walk over the Walk of Fame right there the whole time, and it's cool.
It's cool,
but I'm sure that you don't even pay attention anymore if you live there.
Oh gosh, no, you don't think about that. You know what I'm saying? But everybody does the typical things: go to Runyon Canyon and go see the Hollywood sign.
But all that stuff can get very,
when you live there,
it probably gets old. It's normal every day, right? Yeah. You're probably sick and tired of the traffic.
Oh my gosh, yes.
You know, I mean, so I think that's the way it is. When you live somewhere, you often just kind of lose track of the cool things because you're just, it's normal to you. Like, you wake up every day and you have a routine. It doesn't include going and sightseeing places.
Right. That's true.
So, we had a couple different experiences. This last month we did a garden party at a mansion.
So
that was a new experience for us.
It was like Lucas Estate.
The Lucas Oil Stadium's where the Colts play. So the
people who, own, I don't know if they own it or they paid for the name rights.
However
that works.
Yeah.
But that was cool.
Yeah, so that was fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
And then we did something called Rev Indy, which was at the Speedway.
Mm-hmm.
The next weekend. So, and so that was cool. But like outside of that, we don't really go and do any of that stuff on a regular basis.
We don't.
We just try to travel outside the states.
True. I mean, the most we do here is find new restaurants.
We visit the airport more than anything.
Go to the Indianapolis airport.
It actually is rated the #1 airport in North America.
Is it still rated? It was.
It was.
I don't know what the rankings are for 2021, but which is so interesting to me.
I think it's easier for it to be the nicest when it's smaller.
It's smaller.
But it's really nice.
The
airport is really nice.
We've got a really nice airport. So random.
Super
Don't
super
go to
random.
The airport. That was a joke, but
well, if you're flying in, go to the airport because your plane's going to be there. Okay, so don't go somewhere else.
That's hilarious. Yeah, that's a good question.
That's a good question.
So I'm looking forward to seeing your suggestions, so we can get some good U.S. places to like go and see and like must do.
But
we do stick them on our road trip.
Yeah, maybe we'll stick them on our road trip. But we do have an Ask Gabe and Babe.
Oh, we do?
Yes, that I was compelled. I wanted to answer.
Oh, okay. Babe was compelled. He done found it. He ready. Okay,
because I think that it's about a man being stubborn.
Oh,
from reading this. Maybe when I read it again, maybe it's not, but it feels like that's what it is. And I think that.
Okay.
I think that
Will you do that, sir?
I think I'm good at not being stubborn, so hopefully we can.
Should we do the next sponsor first?
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm so excited to do the Ask Gabe and Babe.
He's really excited. He didn't cut the question short, like.
Right, let's get out these questions. I mean, it's been a while. Let's get into our last sponsor for this podcast. We told you about them as well.
Multiple times.
HelloFresh. So HelloFresh, you can get a fresh, pre-measured ingredients and mouth-watering seasonal recipes delivered right to your door. Skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. That's why it's America's #1 meal kit. So basically, like we said, they cut out the stressful meal planning and grocery store trips with less prep, less effort, and minimal cleanup, so you can enjoy cooking and get dinner on the table in just about 30 minutes. Who doesn't love the idea of all of that? Mm-hmm. So you can choose from 50 menu and market items each week. So from vegetarian meals to craft burgers and extra special gourmet options are all available as well. There's something for everyone to enjoy, with all recipes designed and tested by professional chefs and nutritional experts to ensure deliciousness and simplicity. If I can say it today. So we've had a ton of meals from HelloFresh. I mean, we've been eating HelloFresh meals for years at this point.
They're so good.
And I just can't think, but the one that continues to stick out is the one that we did was we did like an hibachi type one, but there was that chicken with that cherry
some type of
glaze that you made with it. So it was. I asked her just to keep the recipe just for that cherry glaze. Yes, because you can make it again. You can buy the ingredients and make it again. Mm-hmm. But it was just so good. We've not had a bad meal at all.
We've not. Really good.
So we want you to check out HelloFresh, and you can do that there's a link down in the description box or show notes, and you can go to HelloFresh.com/14LMO and use code 14LMO for up to 14 free meals plus free shipping. So again, HelloFresh.com/14LMO and use the code 14LMO for up to 14 free meals plus free shipping. So check them out. And let us know what you think.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so let's get into this Ask Gabe and Babe, because this got Babe ready.
That's right. So, hey Gabe and Chad. I'm a longtime peep, and I'd like to stay anonymous.
Hey, Anonymous.
What up, longtime peep anonymous? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this situation. So, growing up, I had a very close relationship with my grandfather. He's a jack of all trades. He has a farm in the country with lots of different animals, and we would always end up working outside together or working on some project together. From fixing fences to feeding cows to changing oil in the car to anything that had to be worked on. Because of me always following him around all the time, I learned how to do a lot of things that are considered a man's job or things that just not many women know how to do. We still remain close even through college in my adulthood. So fast forward a little bit, I met my now husband who has lived in the city his whole life. We were raised very differently, and his parents just paid to have work done, so he wasn't taught all how to do the types of jobs, projects that I'm used to doing myself. We had been dating for a little while, and we were all at a birthday party. My grandfather was having a conversation with somebody else at the party, but he looked at my husband while talking about city people not knowing how to change tires or something of the sort. My grandfather has no filter and didn't mean that in a malicious way, but changing tires is something that I've always heard him telling people, that if you drive a car, you should know how to change the tire, just in case anything happens and you have no help. Where I'm at, sorry. My husband took the comment very offensively because he is a slow learner and he is insecure about that. So he refused to come with me to my family's house anymore for a long time. My grandfather apologized over the phone to him after finding out that my husband was offended, and it was putting a strain on our marriage because of my closeness with my grandfather. However, my husband still feels like my grandfather low-key thinks he's not good enough for me because he can't fix things and isn't the mechanical type, so he still doesn't come. He is still hurt even after the apology because learning things is a major insecurity of his. Do you think my husband is overreacting and should overlook the comment because my grandpa is old with no filter, or do you think my grandpa is in the wrong? I'm at the point where I don't try to force them to know each other because I know that my husband dislikes my grandfather, but it's hard because I want my husband there when my family has get-togethers, but it does stress me out when the two of them are in the same room because my grandpa stares at my husband and tries to look for opportunities to have a conversation with him about anything. Is the easiest option to let it be and just come without my husband? We will have been married for 2 years in October, and that happened a few months before we got married.
Okay.
All right.
What's your take, babe? Because you must got something to say, shouty.
Look, at the end of the day, I think that what men need to remember is you don't have to, your wife is your number one priority.
Say that.
Right? Your wife is your number one priority, not her grandfather. So if she wants you there, if she wants you to be there with her at stuff, get out of your feelings. The man apologized. She said that he apologized on the phone. That doesn't mean that he's going to change who he is as a person. It sounds like he is who he is, and he's been that way this whole life. But if he's trying to have conversation with, he's apologized, then man up, accept the apology, and try to build a relationship. Doesn't mean you're going to be best friends or you guys are going to be, your conversations are going to be the most amazing things in the world. But use the opportunity to, maybe you can get over this insecurity of not being able to do things, because this is a man that knows how to do all those things. Right. Maybe use him for his knowledge, get to know him more, and maybe you'll understand his point of view, and he'll be able to understand your point of view. But holding a grudge and not wanting to do anything with the family because he talked bad about city people and looked at you is quite, at the end of the day, if you're still holding that grudge, get over it. He apologized, first of all. Like I said, it doesn't mean that but be a grown up. You're a grown man, he's a grown man. You could have addressed it to him and said, hey, I really felt really disrespected by that, and you guys could have had a conversation about it. But it doesn't seem like maybe your wife brought it to his attention that you had your feelings hurt. Mm-hmm. So you could have had an opportunity, man to man, have a conversation with him and let him know how you felt. So I know as a man, if I hurt someone's feelings and I hear it through the grapevine, but they never say anything to me, that would annoy me too. Yeah, I would be like, well, man up, come tell me what I said. We can have a conversation about it. So I mean, look, I just think that your wife, she wants you places, man. Like you're married, like so you're just never gonna go hang out with. That's gonna cause a big strain on her. She's close with her family. She's close with her grandfather. Are you really willing to sit back and let her have to choose between her grandfather and you? Like that's not going to be good for your relationship in the long run. Mm-hmm. And obviously it concerns her because
that's her family.
It's her family. Yeah. So I just think that we got to stop holding grudges. Like for me, like and I talked that to myself about that too. Like I could hold grudges with my dad for the rest of my life. Mm-hmm. But when he passed away, we were on good terms. Yeah. Like, because what's the point? And this seems very minute.
Yeah.
This seems small time.
It does. And I was going to say, like, I don't think that there's a like, you don't have to say who was right and who was wrong in the situation. 100%, like, it is what it is. Your husband is, he can be offended as he was, your grandfather can be direct as he was. Like, it is what it is. Nobody has to say what was right and what was wrong. But right now, I do think that your husband is more in the wrong because he's not willing to rectify the relationship.
Seems like the grandfather has tried.
Yes, it seems like the grandfather has tried. He has apologized. And I'm by no means saying that an apology erases everything and you have to just go back to blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, this is your granddad. First of all, how much longer is he going to be alive? Hopefully a long time. But it's like your husband, he's going to have to deal with the family way past that. So it's like you're going to let this one comment keep you from developing more of a relationship with our family. Because once you are married, the two become one. So this is now our family. Yeah. You're going to let this drive a wedge between us because you were offended. It's okay to be offended, but, you got to accept the apology and move forward. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes when we're offended, sometimes it strikes a chord. And as you said, because it hit on his insecurities, like he could have very well been like, you know what? He could have took that moment and been like, look, Grandpa, I'm not gonna have you shading me
so how about you show me how to do this?
Why don't you show me how to change a tire? How about we get together and you can show me how to do the things that you taught my wife how to do? Like, it could have been that where he took that moment and took his power back and was like, you're not finna shade me. How about we get together and you teach me how to change a tire since you feel that way? You know what I'm saying? So that could have strengthened the bond. And it's not too late. You know what I'm saying? But I do feel like your husband needs to make the effort. Like him just saying, I'm not going around because my feelings got hurt. Yeah. Bruh. So marriage is bigger than that. Yeah. Your feelings are going to get hurt. How do you rise above that? How do you get past that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm definitely not about to let your family cause problems in my household because it seems like it's causing problems in your household.
Yeah. Like, so can I? Yeah. I love what you just said there because man's number one enemy is ego. Mm-hmm. Like, simple as that, ego. Like. Yeah. I think that this is a lesson for your husband and for any man, myself included, that when someone hurts your feelings or someone says something rude to you, you can choose different paths. You can absolutely 100% be upset with that person, but you should also be man enough to address it, especially if it's someone that you have to see on a regular basis. Yeah. So, like, we gotta be adults. We gotta be able to have the tough conversations, just like we gotta be able to have the good ones. Like, we can't avoid the bad ones. We can't just avoid people because they made us mad. Like, that's what children do. Like, we've got to be adults. We've got to act like adults. Yeah. We got to handle situations like adults. I think that your husband has a really good opportunity here to say, hey, you know what? We don't see eye to eye. What you said kind of did bother me. I appreciate the apology, you know, but maybe we're not super cool right now, but I would love to get to know you more. And I'd love to let you know me more. Yeah. So you can know that I am good enough for your granddaughter.
Right.
And that, yes, I am a city boy. I'm a city boy that doesn't know how to do all this stuff, but I'm willing to learn.
Yeah.
And, you know, can you help me with some of that stuff? I guarantee you, this man, he working on a farm his whole life. This man likes to work with his hands.
Yeah.
Men like that love working with their hands, making things happen. I think your husband has a really good opportunity to build a bond with your grandfather, based off of their differences. You know, I think that differences are what can bring people together.
Yeah.
Gabriel and we have a lot of commonalities, but we have a lot of differences as well that helped bring us together.
Yeah.
You know, and because when you can learn about each other and learn about each other's differences, that can really form a bond there. But yeah, I just think that being upset about it and avoiding him,
that's not going to solve
anything. Not going to solve anything, and that's going to cause problems. That can only
make things worse, I feel like. Yeah.
And if you're important enough to him, which I'm sure you are, then he has got to understand that he's got to take the next steps of trying to rectify and build a relationship there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you've summed it up perfectly, and I would just like to add that being offended is a choice that we make. It's a choice. You can choose to be offended by something, or you can choose not to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, you chose it and you're like holding on to it. Let it go. You know, like, what purpose is it serving you to hold this grudge?
Yeah, because he also didn't say anything directly to you. You said he just looked your way.
Right. First of all, if it ain't said to me, then it ain't none of my business.
If he said your name, that's to you. But you assumed, and we all know what assuming does.
Right. Okay. So, you know, it's so many things, so many ways we can look at it. The bigger picture is that forgiveness is paramount. Forgiveness is for you. You know what I'm saying? Because you're hurting yourself by holding on to this offense and this hurt feelings. And it's like, bruh, y'all been married 2 years. This happened before y'all got married, and you still are offended. Like it's almost like you want to have, like, it's a badge of honor. Like, I ain't going over there. I think that, so you make your wife suffer because you're too proud to just let it go and accept the apology. You know what I'm saying? Like,
just think about, you know, I just pray that he just understands that by putting you in this position, he is definitely making it very difficult on you, and you know, for someone that you're very close with. And I think that's selfish. And he's not wrong for being offended if he was offended. I mean, not nobody's saying that, but I think that he has the opportunity really here to, you know, to show you how much, you know, how much he loves you, and how he's willing to step out, and do some hard stuff, you know, for you.
Yeah.
And
it might be uncomfortable.
Might be uncomfortable, but that's all right. That's what life is. It's full of uncomfortableness that you have to,
that you got to push through.
You got to push through. And guess what's usually on the other side? Blessings.
Absolutely. So hopefully that helps.
Yes. I ain't mad at your husband. I just was very excited to be able to talk about a man thing, you know, like, because, you know, I think that that's something that men struggle with. There's actually a tattoo I want to get at some point in my life that I heard from a pastor, Derwin Gray. No ego, and it's no edging God out.
Yeah,
I think it's powerful.
Yeah, it is powerful.
Yeah.
So hopefully that helps.
Yes,
we pray that something will happen there, that there will be a shift in the name of Jesus. Okay,
right. We can't wait to see the video of them changing tires together.
Right, your husband and your granddaddy gonna be changing tires
and
together.
milking cows all at the same time.
But that's a good point, though. You know, like, I don't know how to change a tire. Do y'all know how to change a tire, women? I wouldn't know what to do. but that's why I paid to have insurance where somebody can come and help me, or
I know
call Babe, or you know what I'm saying. But I mean, that is, I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't know the first thing to do to change the tire.
I bet you would though.
Well, I know I gotta get the thing to lift it up, but
the jack.
Where do you get that from? Do people just ride around with jacks in their car?
It's in your trunk.
I have a jack
with a spare tire.
Is it really?
Yes.
See, learning something new every day. I had no idea.
Yeah, and you would just jack it up on the. There's actually an actual jack point on the bottom of your truck.
Shut up.
It tells you where to put it.
I never knew this. Look at that.
That way, because it has support there, that means it's strong enough to hold the car up.
Yeah, so then you lift it up.
Then you take the crowbar.
Take the nuts off.
Take the nuts off, exactly.
I could probably figure it out. I mean, I would YouTube it. I'd Google it if I had to.
Exactly. Today's day and age, you can definitely Google
But I didn't
anything.
know that there was like a jack in the car. Yeah. Is that normal?
Jack in the box and jack in the car.
They always put a jack in there with a spare tire? Is that normal? Or did you put a jack in there?
No, most vehicles come with a jack and a spare tire.
Driving around with a car and didn't even know. Exactly. I've been driving for years, never knew that.
Yeah. But that's okay. I mean, I think that we're all, even at our age, 39, ripe old age 39, we can still learn new things.
Absolutely.
And it's not too late for any of you and your husband. You have to be
open
to learning. And people have knowledge, wealth of knowledge that we should grab onto, especially the older generation.
Absolutely. That pride will get you in trouble.
Yeah.
You'll be missing out on blessings for you.
Exactly.
So, anyway, wishing you the best. Shout out to you for sending that in. Thank you for trusting us and getting our opinion. If anybody is out here listening or watching and you have a dilemma or a situation or whatever that you would like our unprofessional opinion on, go ahead and email it over. Let's Make Out Podcast at gmail.com with the hashtag Ask Gabe and Babe as the subject line. We'd love to help you out however we can.
That's right. We opinionize the heck out of it.
Opinionize the heck out of it.
That's right. Yes. All right, but yeah, we would love if you would keep up with the podcast. If you've not watched the old episodes, go catch up. I think there's some good ones back there. You can also Let's Make Out Podcast on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Let's Make Out Pod on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook for Let's Make Out Podcast. Let's Make Out Pod on Twitter.
On Twitter. Tweet something.
Yeah, tweet something
this week.
Yeah, don't twerk something, but tweet something, okay?
Tweet and twerk.
Okay. Tweet and twerk. Tweet and twerk. That's the name of this episode. Tweet and twerk.
Oh, that's so funny.
But yeah, but we appreciate y'all. And please rate and review anywhere that you are listening or watching. Thumbs up if you're watching. We'll talk to you.
We'll talk to you in September.
3 weeks. Yeah.
Can you guys believe it's about to be September?
We're taking the next 2 weeks off.
Yeah. So we love y'all. Catch up on some old ones that you missed while we're gone.
That's right.
And we'll be back to tell you all about our vacation.
That you don't know where we're going yet.
But if you keep up on Gay Babe TV, you'll find out.
That's right.
So, all right. We love y'all. Thanks for listening and watching. Bye.
That's right. Deuces.
Woo!
Ciao, ciao.